We start today with a town hall that encompassed the issues that overarched all topics and was touched upon to some degree in all town halls. Here to give us the summary of the town hall on fostering diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is NPCA Board Director and Peace Corps staff member from 2012 to 2015, Corey Griffin.
Thanks, Ann. Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up someplace? Stephen, can you hear me? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Again, today's town hall or rather session is really important around the culmination of the events that we've been living through as a society, and on the subject of fostering diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging. I'd like to first just take a moment to do what both Glenn did as well as Jody, in recognizing the giants that we've recently lost, the giant of the persons who helped to lead some of the change that we're all hoping to advance in this particular discussion, and that is with the loss of the Honorable John Lewis, and also Mr. C.T., the Reverend C.T. Vivian. These are two iconic figures in our nation's history who fought against discrimination, racism, and inequity, inequality in a time during the civil rights movement and up until their deaths. John Lewis said, "If not us, then who? If not now, then when?" And I can't consider a more appropriate call and reminder of the responsibility that our community has to own in this conversation. So I want to first start by saying a huge thanks to all of those who attended the session, the town hall. I want to also just say thanks to those who helped to make it happen, NPCA staff, and all of the others who were involved. Our hope for the conversation was to create a safe space where the Peace Corps community could have courageous and open dialogue about racism, given the current affairs in our nation. It was an opportunity for us to examine ourselves. It was an opportunity for us to examine our culture. It was an opportunity for us to also examine our service. And that is our service both abroad and here at home, but through the lens of diversity, inclusion, and equity. I think it's fair to say that it delivered on its promise, and for a spirited and courageous conversation. While it was a good start, I think that the feedback we received suggests that there's much more work to be done. There was also a spirited dialogue happening simultaneously in the chat. And it is further evidence of the fact that there is so much more work to be done on the subject of racism and its relation to our community. And then finally, I like to take a moment and thank our two panelists that helped with the discussion. And that is Melita Fogel and Eris Hines, who both did an amazing job sharing their stories and the experiences of other Peace Corps volunteers. And I would ask everyone, if you have a moment, to go back and view the panel discussion if you've not already done so, but also seek out the letter that Melita referenced in her presentation from Sergeant Shriver. A very, very important letter to really provide the context for the discussion that we had, and I think the work that has to go, that we must do going forward. And Director Olson framed it very nicely in terms of the three areas that we focused on. We had breakout groups that really helped us to think about how we approach pre-service, recruitment of volunteers, how as a community we can do a much better job of recruiting people of color, And then the experience as a Black volunteer. What is that like? We heard stories about it. I'm sure we've only scratched the surface, but things were illuminated around policies and experiences and regard from the communities that we even serve. And then lastly, the conversation also took shape around the return volunteer experience. And how do we respond as a community given the current issues? How do we do so with sensitivity? And then how do we continue to look forward as lifelong, volunteers of service to ensure that we keep focus on equity, diversity, and inclusion. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Corey.